So, guys, I caught this movie yesterday on HBO. I don't know if you've ever seen it. G.I. Jane.
What is up, Defects? It is Monday Night Live. Man, we said it last week, we said it the week before, but this might be the most true. We have a jam-packed show tonight. Man, we're doing Cold Keys, we're doing New Comic Book Day, tiny bit of news, a couple of reactions. But guys, you probably saw it. David Nakayama is stopping by to have a drink or two with us and hang out and show us some cool art. So that is coming up soon. Stick around. Let me say what up to my boys real quick. The Butcher 105. What is up on a Monday?
What is up? Live from New York. It's Monday Night Live. We got probably our biggest guest we've had on hanging backstage right now. Can't wait to break them out. Like Matt said, we got some Cold Keys. We got New Comic Book Day. We got a lot to talk about. Guy Forge, tell him what's up.
Defects. I cannot say how excited I am for tonight. Forget about all the stuff we have. We got a crazy guy backstage who just is killing the game right now. So talented. I'm just excited. I know you guys are all excited, but you know what? We got Cold Keys. We got cash. No, we don't have no cash to trash it this week. There was just
maybe
too
like
much.
A mini version. Maybe like a mini version.
Maybe. But we got New Comic Book Day, and then we got Mr. DNA himself. He's just chilling backstage right now, so we're gonna bring him on in a minute. But what else we got, man? You wanna?
I mean, I feel like I see a lot of names in here. It's getting packed already. We can't say what up to everybody, but we appreciate all you guys know that. But we'll do a little bit of sponsorship. We got to pay for some things here, and we'll get the ball rolling. The Butcher.
Guys, you already know Erod 212 with Express Comic Book Pressing for all your pressing and cleaning needs. Defects 10 gets you 10% off. Not only that, Erod is such a nice guy. He will submit his discount to CGC and CBCS for him. So Defects 10, 10% off. Tell him we sent you. And next up, everybody's favorite beaver, that Canadian beaver, Mutant Beaver Comics, one of the world's largest online retailers for exclusive comic books. Again, Defects 10 gets you 10% off. Tell Pat and the B-Man the Defects sent you.
There you go. So, there's a lot for everybody tonight. So a little bit for, you want New Comic Book Day, you want some comic book art, you want some Cold Keys. People have been calling for Cold Keys for a while. So don't worry, that's coming up.
I think it's because Russia's busy doing other stuff right now, which we'll talk about. I think Cold Keys has been on the back burner for a little bit. So
Nikolai has been off. Nikolai, we haven't been able to get in touch with him.
It's hard getting in touch with that guy.
Yeah. Fired. Get him out of here.
That's going to be good. We got some good ones for you guys later. But, Guy, we want to get into this? What do you think, Jay?
We got, you know what? We got 100-something people in here. As Matty Forge says, without further ado, let's just do it. Mr. David Nakayama, everybody.
Aloha from Hawaii. Hi, everybody.
And let's start off with that. I know the view is much better over there than it is over here, David. So sorry that you got to look at our faces. But you know what? How's the weather, man?
It's not bad. And I am so happy to be with you guys. The internet here, this connection is hanging on for dear life, but I will stay with you as long as I can. It's a warm day here, and I live kind of in a rainforest, so it's also like simultaneously rainy, something that kind of only happens to me in Hawaii. But you guys should all come out and visit. We're having a great time here in Honolulu.
Don't tell the Butcher that. He'll pack his bags and leave tomorrow.
You got a comfortable couch, David?
I don't think he meant Stump to come to his house.
Next thing you know, JB knocking at the door. David will be like, I was joking. I don't know if you have
too
room over
soon,
there,
too
Dave.
quickly.
Yeah.
I didn't get to prepare my luau for you.
He's like, I just met you, Jay. Sorry. No, David, thank you for coming on. We're gonna just get into some questions because I know the defects are excited to have you here, and just I'm sure they're gonna start typing some messages in there to ask you too. So we'll keep an eye on the chat. But obviously, we jumped right into it right away. You're located in Hawaii. You're working on stuff for Marvel, Dynamite, Hasbro. I mean, you're jam packed with stuff like our show tonight. So with all there in Hawaii, with all like let's just call it what it is, with all the eye candy, obviously in Hawaii, how the heck you get any work done, man?
I never leave my house and I never see my family.
Oh no,
That's how I pull it up.
I hope not.
I kid a little bit, but I don't know, man. I'm 43. I've been trying to get this going for a long time, and it's kind of like when cool opportunities come, you feel like you got to take it. You know, like you've been waiting 25 years for the opportunity to come sometimes. So how can I say no, right? If someone says, "Hey, do you want to do Red Sonja? Hey, do you want to do Spider-Gwen?" Yeah, I definitely do. So I'm trying to strike while the iron's hot.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, man. And you know, I played a little bit and said all the eye candy, but let's just talk about your artwork for a couple seconds. And to put it lightly, you have a way with the ladies, man. Let me tell you. Like I know Matt's putting it up there, so showing. Yeah, I think so, man. Who's been your favorite to draw? Let's ask that.
Favorite characters? Gosh, it's tough, but
favorite lady right now.
Favorite lady.
Favorite lady. I mean, it's you can never go wrong with Rogue. You have a good choice up there.
Nice.
I never say no to any of the X-ladies. Comics for X-Men. You know, I was heavily influenced by people like Jim Lee and J. Scott Campbell and Adam Hughes, and I guess my fandom is just right there with those 90s comics, you know, X-Men being the start of it. So I always go to Rogue or Emma Frost or Jean Grey or Storm. You know, there's just so many good choices on that team.
I love it. I love it, man. I love it. And obviously, you big inspiration. I'm just going to ask you too. Jim Lee, I'm sure, was a big inspiration for you. I know that. So, huge fan of his as well.
That's definitely true. I can elaborate a little bit. I've said it on many places before, but the whole reason I even read comics is because I saw those uncanny issues, and I like at the very specific moment, I also wanted to like become a comic book artist. It all happened very quickly. I was like a kid who liked art, just looking for a place to invest that love. You know, was it going to be animation or comic strips or whatever? You know. When I saw comics, that was it. Haven't really looked back.
So, Dave, you talked about your break. Could you tell us how that came about?
Whoops, lost the second half of that question. Can I tell you about what?
Yeah, Jay.
Sorry?
I was going to say, David, you were talking about, you know, you were an artist and waiting for your break to break into the comic book industry. Can you tell us how that happened?
How did I break in? Oh, okay, yes. Every artist has an excellent, weird, unique how did I break in story. Mine was I won a magazine contest. You guys might remember Wizard. Guide to Comics.
Yep. Yeah.
They had... Yep. Pretty big deal for a lot of us growing up in a certain age for a long time, for many years, basically before the internet took over. They had a contest where, you know, Top Cow would do internships, you know, once a year. They'd try to bring in a new crop of talent. And this after, you know, having classes, if you want to call it, including, you know, Michael Turner was, you know, and guys around him, and then Dave Finch, you know, guys around him. And then after that, there was a class, if you want to call it that, with Tyler Kirkham and Mike Choi and Eric Basildua and myself. We were all in the studio at the same time, being interns, learning from Mark Silvestri himself. You know, it was too good to be true. You know, like when that became possible through the magazine contest, I jumped at it. It still took a while to get the skills to, you know, do covers or even be a monthly artist, but that was how I first got my foot in the door.
That was the Top Cow, right?
Yeah, through Top Cow Productions over in LA.
That's awesome. I know obviously we're concentrating on some women, but here's the question too: man or woman, who are you just like dying to draw next? Who are you like fiending to draw?
Who am I dying to draw next? Oh gosh, that's a tough question. I don't know. It's kind of like I have this. I'm really fortunate. I have editors who know me, and we've worked together a long time. And it kind of just depends on what they want to drop in my lap. And sometimes they'll just be like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And I would have never thought of that, but then I'll be like, "Yeah, that sounds amazing. I would love to draw that." So, case in point, you got Ren, Star Wars Ren, right there. Wasn't on my radar really, but then when I heard that they were exploring Kylo's backstory in the comics, I'm like, yes, this looks amazing. I would love to do this, and I had the best time with it. So I'm kind of just open. If it's part of a big IP, whether the Marvel universe, DC universe, Star Wars, whatever, video games, I like all that stuff. And being a freelancer, I get to say yes to whatever I like. Thank goodness.
And thank God you drew that Knights of Ren cover, because that is absolutely fantastic. I mean, unreal.
Thank you.
And the way you said it, that it wasn't on your radar, but you're like, hell yeah! And look what turned out. I mean, that's a testament to just like, hey, I could change gears real quick and whip this out, and that was fantastic. I mean, really, really beautiful.
What's funny is the background to it. Like you don't. Unless you're looking for it, all of a sudden you see all those guys in the background like pop.
Yeah,
like it's absolutely ridiculous. Because I didn't catch it at first.
Thank you.
And then I'm looking more and more, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like, sick. David, here's a question.
Those Knights of Ren, they all have completely unique designs. So that was some effort to put that in there. But I didn't feel like I could have Ren without the Knights of Ren,
Yep.
No, you killed it, man. You killed it. You mentioned Unknown Comics. I know you've been doing a bunch of store exclusives for them. How did that relationship start with them? And how did the Defects get in on this exclusive stuff? But you can answer that later.
All you got to do is you go to the company, you get that license, and then they offer to me. So it's pretty much just up to whatever store wants to do it. I've at this point been fortunate to work with many stores, but as you mentioned, probably my
we lost
you for a second, man.
I didn't even see. You know what? Until we get David back, I honestly didn't see that 1 in 25 Venom cover last week when we talked about it. That's dope. That's such a cool idea the way he did it there.
No, but those are all the serial covers, right, David?
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Let's see. He's still. I'm showing his
we
connection
can't hear
a
you,
little
buddy.
bad. Maybe. Yeah.
Try popping out
come
and popping
back in. Yeah.
That
So,
that
in the
always
meantime-
fixes it.
Yeah, that usually fixes it for the Defects guests.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to be honest, guys. These are two of my favorite that he did right here, as far as the
the
ladies.
the Red Sonja is ridiculous with her with the sword.
That's good too.
When she's just sitting there from the side view, unbelievable.
David, you back? Can you hear us? Nope.
Technical difficulties. David has no voice right now.
This is what happens when you go live. It's okay. We gotta roll with it. David, just check your. I don't know if he could hear us. I think he could hear us. Check your settings maybe and make sure that the microphone is your primary input source. Maybe unplug it, plug it back in. Unplug from your phone, plug it back in. We'll get him back on.
Yeah,
We'll get this working again. Let's see. Oh, I jumped ahead. This is what happens when I get the wheel. What are people saying in the chat? Let's see.
I'm dying to know what issue of Wizard he won that contest in, because that's something I would definitely like to grab and check out. Read the article and check out the artwork that made him win that contest to break him in. And it's so crazy because, listen, man, that could happen to anybody, right? You enter a contest in Wizard Magazine, and next thing you know, well, 20 years down the line, you're one of the hottest artists in Marvel with some of the hottest exclusives, man.
Jay, check it out. If you remember, the same contest was the Top Cow contest that Fareed Karimi won. The guy who did Cocaine Nights.
Yes.
Our buddy Fareed.
Guy Forge with the memory.
He won the same contest. They've been doing that contest for a while, finding people, and that's amazing. That's how he got his breakthrough. Can you hear us, bud? You still have no voice.
What happened?
What happened?
Let's see.
Guys, can we get like David's hair looks so good, but he has no voice. Look, I mean,
David, can you check your settings real quick to make sure under audio input, it should be at the bottom of the screen, and just make sure that on your headset, or maybe just switch it to away from default and choose your headset. Try that real quick. Sometimes that seems to fix it. And we're going to read some comments. If you could click around in there a little bit. It's so weird that it just cut out. Because now
yelling, David.
Your picture is good. Yeah. We got a super chat here. We got issues.
But now?
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Had you? There we go.
You can hear me?
There we go. All right. So, yes, we can.
Great.
We were back. We're
now
back.
I have this weird
it.
echo of myself, but I'm glad you can hear me.
Who cares?
All right. So, quick super chat. Thank you. We got issues. Age of X-Men Apocalypse and the X Tracks #1, David Nakayama. 1 in 50 is amazing. Great work, Mr. Nakayama. So thank you for that super chat. We got issues.
Thank you.
Guy Forge.
Yeah, that
keep
one.
it
Yeah,
rolling.
I'm gonna keep it rolling.
It's like extremely rare. I'm just taking that out early because of the echo, but I love when people post their shots of that particular issue. It's so hard to find apparently online. It was under ordered in the day, and I guess it turned out okay. So thank you for all you guys who are hunting that one.
There you go.
I know you were dealing with technical difficulties, but we were talking about like the serial issues that like I'm absolutely in love with all of those that you did. Like all like the symbiotes and like all that stuff, and like I mean, did you come up with that? Like the actual idea of it, or like did they tell you what to draw? Like what was behind that?
Sure. So the store came to me with that idea. They had a thumbnail and everything. Pretty much ready to go. They even had whole brain. That was all in there.
Nice.
In my awesome. Thumbnail. And my job was basically just to bring it to, fruition,
with it?
right? Like put in as much funny detail as I could also add to it. And as we went on, I added more and more of the jokes. And if you guys are familiar with the Batman ones we did later, those were mostly my jokes. So I guess it's up to you to decide who had the better jokes. But if you like Batman ones, that was me.
The Harley Quinn one too.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. I appreciate those. I love the comedic part of it. So that's great. That's great to see.
I love the funny ones.
So here, just rolling right along. You're currently working on Red Sonja. Your Instagram said that you want to do like more mainstream titles. What did you mean by like more mainstream? Like what specifically were you talking about?
What did I say? I guess what I mean is, a lot of people know me from, retailer variants, maybe some odd variants here and there. And what I wanted to do is just become more accessible to people, like have more main covers that you can buy with, just $3.99 rather than like the $20 issues all the time. I like a mix. I just want to be as approachable and easy to find for an average collector as possible. It's mainly my goal this year, I guess.
Nice.
So speaking of goals, you went to Abu Dhabi for East Comic Con. How like that? that must have been like out of control. And here, 2-part question with that follow up. Because okay. I know the defects are gonna want to know after you talk about Abu Dhabi, where can we find you coming to the new cons now that the new con season started? Where are you going to be visiting?
Great question. I'll answer without these things. So Abu Dhabi was just a cool opportunity. Like I'm a Hawaii boy. I like to travel, and you get the opportunity to go that far afield. It's literally 24 hours, for me to get there by. And I jumped at the chance, and it turned out it was a really interesting trip. Like if you ever get the chance to go, I highly recommend it. It's kind of like Vegas if it was like a high rise, but any of the sleeves. If that makes any sense.
Count me out.
To answer your second question,
Sorry,
the
Jay's not
con
coming.
schedule for the rest of the year is going to be first we got a signing in Texas next week. Then it's going to be MegaCon. Then it's going to be C2E2, and then also New York Comic Con in the mix too. I definitely wanted to return to C2E2 and New York. Those are shows I try never to miss. So hopefully we're going to make that happen this year. Finally, after COVID, finally is going to let us have that chance.
Well, I know,
Nice.
I know a lot of the
That's-
defects are going to be happy to see you in New York. Let's just put it that way.
Yep.
So let's change direction just for a second. Let's talk about toys. Okay, this is where it gets fun.
All right.
And Maddie's gonna put up some stuff. Hasbro released your box art for their new Marvel figures. You did art for, we have it up here, U.S. Agent and Blue Marvel. So this is a two-part question, and you can take the headphones off because that's what we're going to do now. How did you come up with the way you were going to draw the character? Like, this is what you were going to do, or they told you? One. And two, Maddie always says that Marvel doesn't make mistakes, and they always do things for a reason. Why Blue Marvel now? Why? Come on, Dave.
Okay.
Come on. Give us a little inside
Here we go.
information.
So the answer to the first question is I'm always very happy to do whatever they assign. I am a hardcore Marvel fan. If they want to assign me D-Man or Slapstick, I'm going to do it. Like that's fun for me. I like those characters. We recently did Sleepwalker and Despair, for example. These are deep cuts, but I really enjoy that. I love these characters. So if they want to offer me, Marvel and US Agent, I think these are actually pretty solid characters I like, who are kind of a big deal in the Marvel universe, and was very happy to do them. And then, does it have any, is there a hint or a portent there about what's coming? Nope, not at all. I don't think Hasbro talks to them too much about their upcoming plans. I don't really think that's a thing. I think it's just kind of Hasbro's going through the list of the 3,000 or whatever Marvel characters there are and trying to get to the ones they haven't, already. Now, but that said, if a new movie's coming out, then of course there's going to be a line of movie figures. But in terms of the the deep Marvel Universe cuts, I think that's kind of just who they want to fill in the gaps for.
You didn't just get a text.
I saw the
from
wink,
Kevin
David.
Feige,
It's all right.
right?
You don't have to say it out loud, but we know what's happening. It's okay. Blue Marvel's coming. It's okay. You don't have to say it.
He should totally be in Doctor Strange.
There you go. You
There
heard
you
it
go.
here, folks.
That's it. That's it. Interview is over. David Feige just texted David. So you know what? It's Kevin Feige. Sorry, what did I say? David Feige? Yeah, that doesn't work. Anyway, Maddie, did you have something? I know I have a couple more questions, but I know you said you had something about some of the games.
I did. So we're on not comic books, but still comic art, right? And
Yeah.
I know you're a little bit of a gamer. So you want to talk a little bit about Alloy here on the Play magazine cover for Horizon Forbidden West. Tell us about, is it a different process when you're doing a comic book? And I know, and again, I'm sure this was cool for you because you're a little bit of a gamer yourself. So
Sure, I'd love to talk about this. I've for the last few years, maybe since 2017, maybe 2018, official PlayStation Magazine UK, which is now known as Play Magazine, will have me come out for some special edition covers, for previewing the next year's crop of games. So sometimes you can look back at the previous ones, and it's hilarious. Well, cover because they didn't come out for 2 more years, but it's still fun to preview the characters. And you're right, I really do like games. I actually spent 12 years in a little bit of a career detour through video games. And so any chance I get now to freelance and do these popular game characters, that's just pure joy for me. I've said many times that Horizon Zero Dawn is my favorite game of all time. I just think it's a fantastic, perfect game. So yeah, as soon as they said Aloy, I was in. No matter what else was part of the project, I was going to go for it. It also happened to include fantastic choices like God of War and Dead Space and Ghost of Tsushima. I'm sorry, Tokyo Ghostwire, which just launched like yesterday. So this year's crop was nothing but winners. Yeah, and I can't wait to play the sequel, by the way, for Horizon. If it's anything like the first one, I'll love it.
Nice.
I'll be playing that in like 12 years when I'm done with Elden Ring.
They take forever.
I'm still playing Zelda Ocarina of Time. So I'm kidding.
Graduate to Breath of the Wild. It's the best.
All right, you got it.
There you go.
So here's I just want to ask you about it because I'm a huge. I had the theory of one time in my life when I was reading Jim Lee's comic books that I was going to be a comic book artist too, and then that fell kind of short. I did go to college for art and I did graphics and stuff. So the way you do stuff is just so intriguing. I just want you to take a minute and, if you don't mind, talk about your drawing process. Because I know, is it all digital? And do you use models?
Not always.
Do you use other things like for reference? Do you use models? Like what's your process?
Sure. So it depends on the piece. Sometimes I'll start a piece traditionally. I'll act with a pencil and ink on a board, and then I'll scan it in and sort of polish the colors in Photoshop. Sometimes I'll do the entire thing soup to nuts in Photoshop. So it really just varies. Sometimes it's purely about like, is this a cool opportunity to make a cover that the collectors will want to buy? That's part of the business that we're in, and so I got to think about that. If I get a Carnage #1, that might be a good choice, to do an original for. The other part of your question was like, do I use reference? And I would say absolutely. I think you not to. Unless you're doing like a very cartoony style where it doesn't matter. But if you're trying to do anything realistic, it's kind of like shooting yourself in the foot to not have it. Drawing hands are hard, so I look at a mirror to see my own hands. Or if I need to draw, a very fit and beautiful person, then I'm going to check out reference. Right? Like I have folders full of arms and legs and whatever from different angles, and I can always rely on that when it's when I need to put that character together. Now the problem is there's no way I'm going to have a picture for every. It looks like you want to interject. Go for it.
Sorry, yeah, no, I had to ask you a question because you said you look at arms and whatever, or you could just walk to the beach and go see the women on the beach and then reference, right?
That wouldn't be creepy at all.
No,
I've noticed it.
From afar.
Yeah, from
Yeah, the binoculars will make it less creepy.
Yeah. Nobody will notice. Oh God.
No, fortunately we have Instagram. There's plenty of
that's right.
bodybuilders and that kind of thing. That comes in real handy.
Well, no, a lot of your stuff, again, like I said, that's why I asked, because a lot of your stuff, when you get into like the details of it, when you're like, for instance, it pops up in my head, like when that one Wolverine from the side where his arms and he has like the veins and like stuff like that, you get really, really into detail. Obviously, you got to be referencing something, because one of my art teachers from elementary school always told me, draw what you see, not what you know.
That's right. That's the best advice. So I think you have to be able to invent most of the figure on your own, be able to construct it with cylinders and all that kind of stuff. If you really want to capture that realistic detail, it's going to require some reference. And then also the reference is never going to be perfect, and you can't be a slave to it. The artwork will get really stiff and weird. So you have to sort of infer from the reference where things are supposed to be and match it up to the character that you constructed to keep things fluid. That's sort of the art of it, like taking this as a reference, but not being beholden to it too much, if that makes sense.
100%. I'm you know what? I'm gonna see if these guys have anything else, but I'm gonna finish this off with one question that actually someone from the community reached out to me and asked me to ask you. So this is actually really cool. One of our followers, one of our defects, he's an artist himself. His name is Soul Twice on Instagram. He reached out to me, asked me to ask you this. You do a lot of like color bleed, right? That's what it's called. So
yeah, that's what I call it.
And you can reference what that is, obviously, after I ask the question and explain to people. But other artists that we know of in the community, like doing like negative space variants and stuff like that, you do color bleed. So why do you choose that way? And then what is your process when you do that? Like, how do you create that? And that's by Soul Twice.
Right.
That's his question.
An excellent question. I've never been asked that. I'm very happy to answer it here. So negative space has sort of been a trend. You see artists doing it here and there in comic book covers for a long time, and sometimes they're really cool. I really like it. But the problem with negative space is that, let's say you're doing a yellow background cover and it's cycling, his gloves are yellow, so now his hands disappear. That's a problem. It becomes really weird looking. And I mean, there's always going to be a little bit of that weirdness in a negative space cover. If you've picked the exact right character with the exact right thing, it can work out. But the reason I do negative space is because you can kind of get all the good stuff. I'm sorry. The reason I do color bleed is because you can get all the coolness of the interior costume color bleeding out to the background color, but not lose an understanding of what you're looking at. I've seen Frank Cho just do this sort of technique before. I'm sure other artists do as well. Golden Age illustrators certainly got to it way before I did. I call it color bleed, but it's an existing technique. It's just like the cousin of a negative space. I just think it has all the positives and none of the negatives. And then I'll give you a second to reply back, and then maybe I'll answer the second part.
Yeah, no, I love that, and I love how you said it has some more of the positives than the negatives. Without maybe that pun that you meant to do or you did mean to do it, but that I like that.
Without the negatives, yeah, right. Yeah. I totally intended that.
And do you have a certain process when you tackle it, like
yeah, sure. So that the
Uh-oh.
We were so close.
We were I was about to say
that's on purpose. He doesn't want to give his secrets away.
Yeah. Go ahead. I think we could hear you now. Let's see. Nope. We totally lost him.
Damn it.
He was just like,
guys,
this.
I hope you're having fun during this. I hope you're having fun.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's back. That was quick. He's getting a pro coming back in here. Oh,
no voice.
We can't hear you. No. Check the settings. Unplug the headphones. Maybe
do the same thing you did before with the mic.
All right. What
Defects. I hope you're having fun.
Yeah,
we got 150 something people in here. We're wrapping this up in a couple seconds, I think, and then we're gonna get on to the rest of the show. So
yeah. We got some news coming up. Butch, what else we got coming up later?
We got some cold keys, guys. Let me put my hood on.
Ooh.
Yeah, these are frosty.
It's chilly in here.
Grab those Frosties 40s Frosty keys because we got some good ones on tap. And I didn't even tell these guys. A spec book. It's not even a cold key. I just wanted to throw a spec book out there for you guys because it's been a while. So
here we go. We got you.
I hear you, David.
Yep.
Are we back?
You're good.
Good to go.
Go ahead. Just start answering it. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. So if you want to wrap up on the color here. Yeah. Yeah,
on
we
the
can hear
color
you.
bleed. Yeah, if you want to wrap up on the color bleed, just to.
Oh, sure. I wasn't sure if you could actually hear me.
Yeah, we
So,
got you.
yeah, this internet connection, man. I don't know what's going on today. But
It's all
to
good,
wrap up
man.
on color bleed, you kind of just wouldn't it be funny if it caught out right there, right before I gave all the secrets.
That's what it did.
It did.
The way I approach it is I'll just draw it as normal, but I'm kind of keeping an eye toward, what is the color of the suit versus that's going to become the background color, trying to think ahead to what's going to sort of sit back and what's going to jump forward. And typically that gets rendered. It's going to be that part that's going to pop, and that works every time, which is why color bleed works pretty much every time. The way I'll actually draw it sometimes is I'll separate the rendered part of the drawing into its own layer in Photoshop, and I'll separate just the parts that are lines into lines that are transparent behind them, so that the color I choose can be manipulated along the way. That's the theory. That's how I try to approach it. Sometimes I have to, make adjustments along the way. That's how I, stack it in Photoshop. Those two different things.
Nice.
Have you ever done a live feed? Because I don't think I've seen one, like a live feed of you drawing something, like streaming it, like where people can on Instagram or something.
Well, the closest I got was I tried for a little while to do the YouTube thing. I would, use software to record the drawing process, and I'd put it up on YouTube and see if anyone wanted to watch the time lapse. And kind of no one wanted to see it, so I just stopped doing it. It wasn't really worth the effort. It's sort of a pain in the butt to make all the recordings and stitch them together, and add the sound and all that stuff. So for me, it wasn't really a good use of my time. But I get it. I mean, like, you guys know better than anybody, it takes time to build an audience. If I wanted to return to YouTube and really make a go of it, I could do a voiceover thing. Maybe I'd do it on Patreon and charge for it. I don't know. It's a future thing I might think about. But for now, I'm just really enjoying drawing the covers themselves, and I'll pretty much stick to that. The follow-up question might be, well, how does anyone ever get to see how you do it? Well, fortunately, I do have those free streams that I put out there. And also, there's an article in a recent ImagineFX magazine, which is the leading digital art magazine, where I go through it step by step with words. There's video, there's brushes on the disc. That would be the best resource, for someone who wants to see exactly how I do things. That's where I would point you. I don't remember the issue off the top of my head, but ImagineFX, the issue I did, it has a Josh Swaby cover with Harley Quinn, and then I'm a feature article on the inside.
That's awesome, and I know people are going to start to look that up, because I think knowing the process and seeing, like, from start to finish how it's done. And I think I'm going to be honest. I think you should try Instagram. You have like 99,000 followers. If you went live and just started drawing something on Instagram, I think people are going to watch it, David. Okay, just throwing it out there.
There you go.
We'll see what happens. There's so many cool things to work on. It's just about time.
Yeah, the time is for sure.
I agree.
So.
But you know what? Listen, we appreciate you taking the time to come and sit with us. Your time is valuable. I know that. I know your family, work takes you away. So we took you away for a little while. We apologize, but I think the Defects had a great time. We had a lot of fun. Anything you want to plug before you get out of here? Anything you're working on now that you want to send the Defects over to see?
Sure. Wow. So right now, the thing I'm really the most excited about is kind of what we were talking about before, is, making covers more readily available to a wider audience. And so we've just got the first issue of Gwenverse dropped like 2 weeks ago. Means the second one's going to be coming out very soon. And I've just the other day finished the fifth one, which means I'm done. I've finished my run of 5 issues
Nice.
of covers. I couldn't be more excited about that series. So I hope people will continue picking that up. That's going to be in stores right now. And hot on the heels of that is Red Sonja. I've just finished the 4th of 5 of those. And that first issue should be coming out very soon. I think it's next week or the week after. It's called Red Sonja Immortal, and what's neat about it is it brings back her outfit from the first issue, the Barry Windsor Smith outfit, where she's got like the full chainmail shirt.
Yep.
You know, if Spider-Man can have 3,000 outfits, I think Red Sonja can have 2. So that's what I've been saying, and
Sure.
I hope people enjoy it. I still think it looks sexy as hell, so I don't think it takes anything away from that. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy those new series, and I hope to be offered many more this year. We'll see what happens. And in the meantime, there's so much cool variant and retailer exclusives that I can't wait to share. And of course, there's also my brand new DavidNakayama.com store page that we just opened, where I'll be making signed copies available for people. So thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope you guys will check that out.
Well,
Hey, man. Jay, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
David, thanks for coming on, dude. Like they said, thanks for taking out time from your family, and you're a busy guy. It must be incredible to be that kid in the 90s looking at McFarlane and J. Scott Campbell and all that stuff, and now you're that guy, man. So God bless. I hope you come back on, and we're looking forward to all your future endeavors.
You're very kind. It was really my honor to be on the show with you. Thank you so much for the invite, and thank you for everyone who's listening. I appreciate it so much, and you're way generous to say I'm in there with those 90s guys. They're legends. I'm just trying to climb that mountain, get as close as I can, you know?
Love it.
David, keep killing it. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You have a huge following, but the talent speaks for itself. So keep doing what you're doing. We love it.
Thank you, David.
Appreciate it, guys.
We'll catch you again soon. I'll definitely message you to follow this up, and we appreciate you coming on.
Anytime. I'll log off now before the internet makes me, but appreciate it. Talk to you guys next time.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks,
Talk
David.
to you soon.
Bye-bye.
That was sick,
David
guys.
Nakayama.
Come on,
ladies and
Defects.
gentlemen.
That's it.
Ooh.
Support this man. He's fantastic. He does really
I gotta say,
fantastic
my
art.
my favorite cover has to be that Black Panther #1, dude. He absolutely knocked it out of the park.
You got to see that this Red Sonja that's coming out when she's standing there with the sword, like the side view, is absolutely bonkers, bro. But I love his Wonder Woman. I hope he's watching. I'm gonna text him again. But his Wonder Woman that he did was absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Matt, Matt and Guy, both of you. We got a ton of super chats. You know,
Yeah, you got to play something now. Come on.
You gotta
give him a
play
little something. All right, I can do that.
I didn't want
but
to scare David off, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, we got to test the waters sometimes. You don't know, But also, this one's for Guy Forge for a killer interview, right? So, kudos to the chat and kudos to Guy Forge, and thank you for those super chats.
Make it rain on me, Defects. Yeah. I can feel it. More.
And we're back.
and we're back, guys.
And we're back.
All right, so
Let's
keep
get,
moving. You
let's
guys
get
wanna
into something.
keep-
Come on, yeah.
Keep
go.
moving. We're good.
Go,
Everybody's
baby,
good?
go.
I feel
keep
like
it
I need
rolling.
to talk.
Yeah, sorry.
I figured.
Sorry,
I was like,
guys.
I'm gonna let Jay go for a little bit. We got 2 quick things. It's more reaction. It's news, but they were big things, so we figured let's just touch on them real quick. First one up. I don't think this is a shock to anybody, but it's finally becoming kind of official. We got a writer for Nova, so we all know the books. We don't have to talk about spec books.
A writer or a rider?
We got both. It's possible. So, quick reaction, Jay. What are you thinking? I mean, is this like old news or what?
We see him in Guardians. We see him
Okay.
in Guardians 3.
I like it. I'm probably with that. What about this Christmas special?
You know what? I think we see him in the Christmas special because Gunn had said there's going to be a character that's bought in that has a rich history in the cosmic universe. I mean, listen,
Nova?
everything's
I
lining
love
up,
it.
man.
Yep.
The rider.
So this was big news the other day. I mean, these books have shot through the roof. So
Yeah, we know.
not much to talk about here. So let's keep it going. I know people want to see Cold Keys. I get it. Don't worry, Cold Keys are coming. But we have to talk about this, and I'm sure we're gonna catch flack again because we had our opinions about the Batman. But guys, The Batman's deleted Joker scene release reveals Gotham's grotesque clown. What's his name? Barry Krogan? I don't remember his name. The guy that played Druig in Eternals. We shared this in the group chat like a few minutes after it came out. And we'll just go down the line. Well, let's go up the line. Guy, do you want to start? What was your reaction to this 4-minute clip that came out?
I sent it to you. When it came out, and I was just waiting for the reaction. I knew the reaction wasn't going to be good. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I really don't know.
Cash it or trash it right now.
I don't know where they're going with it. Yeah, you know what? Trash it. In my opinion. How about that? You're running it now. I got my opinion on this one. Trash this shit.
Butch, did you fall asleep or what? Did you like it? I mean, what's going on?
Fucking garbage, dude. It's obviously they're trying to make it look like Heath Ledger. They should have went a different direction. Thank God they left it out of the movie because they left it out for a reason, because it was trash. Now what do you do now, right? Now, do you bring this guy in? Do you get a fan reaction? Was it testing the waters? I don't know, man. There's so many different Batman villains that they could go with. Try something new, man. You got to bring back some whack-ass Joker? I fucking trash it.
Yeah, man. I got into it when I first, the first 10, 20 seconds, you're like, cool. You know, like Joker, different take. I'm okay. And then all of a sudden you're like, this is boring as hell. Like, I'm glad they deleted this scene.
I don't know what they were doing. And even I'm sorry, but even Batman in that scene, like maybe this is just like a half-ass scene, but like even Batman in that scene was like fucking like I was going, what? I don't even know what the hell he's saying. I'm looking. He's like, "What do you know? What do you know? What do you know?
What do you say? What do you know?"
The next Batman, Guy Forge.
What do you know? Like what? What? What are you doing? How about that? What are you doing?
That just was not good. I'm hoping that if this is the direction they go, I just hope they could do a lot better, because that was a tough 4 minutes to get through. I stayed to the end only because I thought, like, okay, this has got to get better, and it just didn't. So I could have done with like 20 seconds to just see like a short clip of somebody, but yeah, not their best look. I'll just say not the best look. And I know a ton of people gave great reaction to it, but everyone in the chat so far is saying that it's garbage. So seems like it was pushed out by the minions that it was good.
Thank you. It was banned when you out-mumble Christian Bale. Correct.
Yeah, pretty much. So, all right. That was it for the news. Just two quick little things. I know there was a couple little other things, but nothing really worth skipping cold keys over. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh. Hey, look at this, guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
Look at this, by the way. Little David Nakayama love. Thanks for having me, guys. Way to power through some ridiculous internet issues. Anyway, appreciate you. No, appreciate you, my dude.
Absolutely.
DNA. You're the best, brother. You're the best.
I forgot to tell you that I loved your Wonder Woman, by the way, David. So we'll talk about
Fantastic. I love all the ladies you draw. What do you think, boys? What are we doing?
Let's jump into. You want to give them the cold keys? That's what they're here for.
Give them a little cold keys action. We don't have like a little cool thing for that yet, but we will.
We're working on it.
It's coming. But no Nikolai tonight. So Guy Forge hosting it, doing all the talking tonight. Thank God. I was tired, so thank God Guy Forge brought his A game.
Yeah. I'm shocked.
And look who's here.
Look at this. Hey, cold keys, baby. Frankie, the nephew. It's 10 o'clock. Go to sleep, man. You got school tomorrow.
He's got 6 minutes.
You got 6 minutes before you get your bedtime.
So
what do we got? What do we got? Did you put it? You have it in the slides.
Are we doing like a small intro? Like we give the people something. You got to warm them up. You can't just go straight for the reach around. Got to buy them dinner first.
Could we just steal Tom's intro since he stole our segment? Or no, we can't do that.
Oh
wow!
Pop, pop.
Shots fired.
Bang bang, bang bang.
Anyway,
guys, this is cold keys. How about that?
The original.
Okay. The original. Often imitated, never duplicated. Cold keys.
This is where Guy is hiding. I love it. All right. I'm going to go first. Is that all right? Is that all right with you guys?
Yeah, man. You want me to put this on the... Are you going to put it on the screen?
I mean, I have the slides up, so I'm gonna be
Yeah,
double. I'm gonna be
run the slides.
run the slides. Here we go. First up, guys, and then we're gonna show the chart on GPA like we usually do. So first up,
So
I'm gonna show you the book.
I'm on here. So
Go ahead.
you got, what do you got? Young Avengers #6 from Marvel, guys, back in 2005. This is the first stature.
Stature.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? So, to me, this is a book that never had its peak. Okay, and we know Ant-Man and the Quantumanium is coming up, and that's starting to garner some interest around the internet. Some of those books have started to heat up. This is a book that in a 9.8 went from like $80, $100. It went up to around $300. Now it's back down, but definitely never saw its peak. We haven't seen the character. Sounds like we're pretty sure she's coming. The Young Avengers books have definitely taken on a life of their own. But this is one key in the top 10 that really, I feel like it hasn't seen its day yet. So let's look at some numbers. Let's look at some numbers real quick. Now I gotta eliminate this one. Here we go. Usually we do this all in one shot. But now I gotta
First
do it
time
in
doing
two
Cold
shots.
Keys live. This is the
There
first
we
time
go.
doing first appearance of Cold Keys live.
It is. Oh, that's how I do it. Okay, that's an
Yeah,
easier
you
way.
want me
of
to just
doing
talk about the $4.99 super chat
Yeah.
while you're figuring it out? The
Yeah.
OG Cold Keys from Anthony Debo. Thank you, my brother.
it. So look at this. Talk about Young Avengers 6.
Hey,
So I don't think there's a lot of explanation that needs to be done here. I see a lot of red, especially in the 90 day. We'll just go straight to the 9.8. You see where it peaked out. You see where that peaked out. $585. I'm going to say that was a fluke sale. You know, the craziness of 2021, but still a lot of 400s, a lot of high 380s. And even in 2022, we had 300s consistently. We had a 190, ladies and gentlemen, 190 this month. Okay, so this is a book that is definitely in that Cold Keys category. I think that I love it when they kind of tell the story for me. I don't really have to do much work here. Young Avengers, key. Ant-Man, key. Stature, young female character that we're pretty sure is coming to the MCU in a 9.8 that just keeps going down around $200. Why not? Why not? What do you guys think?
I like it,
Listen.
dude. It's a book that, like you said, you could just the numbers don't lie and the graph doesn't lie. You see it spike and then it's coming back down. A character that we're gonna see. Marvel's going in that direction for young characters. We got a young female character that seems to be the hottest trend for Marvel right now. So, another great pick, Matt.
Thanks, brother. All right, let me take this one down. Let me take this one down. How do we do this? Boom. Do that. Remove. Now I gotta add the other one back in. Bada bing, bada boop, betty boop. Okay.
Look at Matt. Matt on the 1 and 2s.
I don't know. Now I lost my place.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Pretty much what I was thinking. Pretty much what I was thinking. Next up.
next
Guy?
up you got Strange Tales number 150 from Marvel back in 1966, guys. This is the first Umar, not Kumar, but Umar, the sister of Dormammu?
Look at Guy Forge.
Hey,
Look
Way
at
to
him.
go.
Look at him.
All right, and you want to, Jay? You're going to talk about this, or you want me to read a
No,
little
this is
bit
me.
about? Oh, this is you too.
This is me.
Oh shit!
Yeah, yeah.
All right, well, Matty Forge, go ahead. Or you want me to talk about it?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go.
Good. You got the first time Doctor Strange's name appears in that little title banner right there,
Boom.
right? All right, and you got the first artwork by John Buscema, not Steve Buscemi, but John Buscema in Marvel. So there you go.
That's got to count for something, right?
Listen,
That cover is fire, dude.
Fantastic cover.
Can I
This
ask
looks-
something? Can I ask
Go ahead.
something? How
Go
about
ahead.
maybe we get David Nakayama to like recreate this cover? Like that would be sick, right?
Nah, he's his own entity, dude.
Look at that. No, but look at the woman on there. Like the way she like almost getting like Nakayama vibes.
Get a little Nakayama vibe on that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
See where you're going with that.
Talk about the numbers.
let's talk about some numbers. So again, I love it when a book has more than one reason to buy it, right? Strange Tales 150. Why wouldn't you want that in your collection? Number one. Number two, first appearance is Umar. Okay, we'll get back to that. Doctor Strange name in the banner, like Guy Forge says. I think that's another great reason just to have the book. But the first John Buscema art in Marvel? Okay.
Hello.
Now, you have all those reasons, but you also have reasons on the graph, and we're going to look at them now. So, obviously, this is a Silver Age book, so we're not going to be looking at 9/8 or anything in that range. But you can see, there's not a lot of sales data here, which is a good sign. This book definitely caught steam about a year ago, when they were talking about Doctor Strange, talking about possibly including Clea, Umar, Dormammu again. So we know that Doctor Strange 2 could have any and all of these characters. We also know that the saga of Wanda and Doctor Strange is nowhere near over after this movie. So this is the time to be picking up books that aren't being talked about, right? So this book definitely was talked about for a little while, but then it calmed down. Look, The Last 9-2 sold in April 2021 for $240. Silver Age Key for $240 last year when things were crazy. March, okay, look, somebody, I think Jay went on and bought this before the show. Last sold this month, $385 in a 9.0. Okay, so even at $385, you see this thing sold for $700 last year. Okay, so while I don't, it's easy for me to be like, look, it was $700 and now it's $325. I'm not gonna do that because there's not a ton of sales. You can see the number of sales: one this year, one last year. Not a lot of slab sales. So I like this book for that reason. When there's not a lot of slab sales, it just means it's cold. There's going to be a lot of raw copies on eBay. This is a book. Get it in mid-grade. You can definitely get it for less than $100. If this character doesn't hit, it doesn't matter because you have an awesome Silver Age Strange Tales book, Buscema's first artwork in Marvel. But I honestly think that this book has legs for the spec. Umar, I do believe you may get a mention, maybe a quick cameo, but they are diving deep into Doctor Strange and Dormammu's background within this movie and whatever they got going on next. So that's my take, boys. Where we at?
A lot of
I love it, dude. Yeah, I have this in my collection. I got this book a while back, dude, even before the whole spec game came about, just for the cover, you know what I mean? And I'm glad I got it. I should have bought more. I do have a copy in the collection. Matt, great choice. Like you said, Scarlet Witch ain't going nowhere. Doctor Strange ain't going nowhere. They're just going to bring bigger and better characters in. So, dude, tip my hat.
I buy this every time I see it. If I see this in a while, I buy it every time. What's the chat saying, Guy? I like that we get the live reaction to our picks. I'm almost nervous to look, but Guy, what are they saying in the chat?
Yeah, I've been putting them up the whole time, man. Look, I just bit on someone.
There you go, X.
There he is. Drop
That's
that
it.
X on him.
Look,
when X says it's a good pick, you know it's a good pick.
Yeah, I was about to say I feel much better now. The Dark Dimensions is Umar's Doom. Listen, I was going to talk about the Dark Dimension later, but yes, you are correct. There's so many. Listen, even when you have all the facts, there's no guarantee, but there's a lot of good things pointing to this book definitely hitting. So, all right.
Are we going with Jay's? We're going with Jay's.
We're going with Jay.
We'll go me. I'm going one more expensive book that I think is a great investment book, and a book that everybody should have in their collection.
I was shocked by both of Jay's picks based on when he sent them to me. I was like, Jay's drinking. I was like, Jay's drunk when he sent me them. And then I looked at the data. I'm like, no, Jay was right. He's 100% right. So these are interesting.
Because usually this is not a cold key at all.
Right. So let's
at least
start
the
with
first
that
one. At least the first one that you're going to start with. This is Avengers number 48, guys, from back in 1968. It's the first that Whitman sampler right there. You know what the Whitman sampler is? Anybody know what that is?
No, I'm not aware of that.
Those chocolates Grandma used to have with the yellow box. Remember the yellow box with the Whitman
there's
sampler?
none worse than grandma candy, dude. Oh.
I thought it was like a Cleveland steamer or something like that. Or brown out.
An angry pirate.
Yeah.
The first appearance of the rusty trombone. Go ahead, Jay. Tell us all about it.
Dude, 47, not a book I like, right? First, Dane Whitman. 48, a book that absolutely spiked in 2020 and 21. Avengers 48, Roy Thomas, George Tuska cover from January in 1968, guys. First appearance of Dane Whitman as the Black Knight and his winged apprentice, Aragon. Guys, this book went absolutely crazy. It flopped with Eternals. I get it. Everybody does not like Eternals. I happen to enjoy it. But listen, Kit Harington is not going anywhere. We haven't even seen the Black Knight in costume yet. He signed a multi-picture deal. I think he's going to be a huge character. And I think now is that bottom of the hill, bottom of the valley time to grab this book if you're a fan. Matt, the numbers don't lie. Can you pull this up in an 8.0, please? I think an 8.0 is a fair grade for this. You know, if you could go mid-grade, but...
Let's see what we got. Let me share my tab here. There we go. UniX does not believe you, Jay. He said, let's see the data.
Let's see the data.
Skip the high grades, right? High
Gotta
grades are
look
kind of
at
like...
the graph. Gotta look at the
I
graph.
think this book in like a 7.0, 8.0 is a good grade for this book. Even like a 6 or a 5 because it got that white cover. It's tough, man.
Right.
It's from 68.
Where do you want to start? Where do you want to start?
Bring
my
up an
God.
8.0. Is that the 8.0?
Yeah, that's the 8.0.
All right, guys. You could see here. In 2021, the average was $1,038, right? The 12-month on this is $1,366. The 90-day average dropping down to $1,076, and the last sale was $910. But if you go back to June of 2021, this book sold for $2,000. September 19th of 2021, $1,740, guys. Now it's at $910 for a Silver Age key. I think once we see Kit Harington as the Dark Knight, I think he's going to be a huge role. We know all those actors and all those characters we see in the cutscenes mean they have bigger and better things coming up. So, if you got a little bit of bread to spend, you might want to spend it on this book. It doesn't have to be an 8.0, guys. I'm sure you could grab, like I said, a 6.0, a 5.0, even a 4.0 for a great price. Everything's down. You see the red arrows pointing down everywhere. Do not sleep on Kit Harington. He has a huge following from Game of Thrones. And do not sleep on the Black Knight, because if you have read the Avengers, he's a pivotal part of the team, guys. So, just to even raw, guys, just be careful. You don't want to get you don't want to get stuck with a restored copy or something that's going to come back with water damage that CGC or CBS is going to knock you on. But listen, if you could get it for a good price right now, now's the time to grab this book. The numbers don't lie.
And Jay, Justin Shannon has a question. No stupid questions in here, Justin. He said, what grades are considered mid-grades?
I would say, a 4, 5, 6 is mid-grade to me. Matt, would you agree?
Yeah, I usually like to say like either a 4, 4, 5 to maybe like even like a 7. 7's still like right there. It depends what we're talking about, right? Like Silver Age 7.0 is starting to get higher. If we're talking like bronze, then I feel like a 7 is towards the mid for me. Kind of moves. Got a sliding scale, okay?
And DP Fitness has a question too. He says, my wife has a special box. Every time I touch it, the damn thing vibrates. Should I be concerned? Not if you know how to. Not if you know how to use it, DP. So,
but Jay, I really like this pick because, and this is I want to talk about this on the next live show. We're not gonna have time tonight, but I'm starting to see a trend with a lot of the keys, major keys for characters that have shows that we've seen trailers, and like it almost like the shine and the luster is wearing off a lot faster than it used to.
Yep.
However, we only saw Dane Whitman. We're technically not even sure if we're going to see the Black Knight. So while everybody figured this book was like, okay, let's grab this book, it came and went so fast because we got so little of Dane Whitman and definitely no Black Knight. You had that little cutscene. Of course, you had the sword, the ebony blade, but we haven't seen him in costume. We haven't even seen him referred as Black. So I feel like this book still has its heyday. Okay, so now 2021 had crazy sales. I think it can get back, even if when the market's down, I still think it can get back. The book you had was an 8.0. I still think you could see it for 2,000 again. You know, it's at 950. That's over double. So I think the numbers don't lie. Somebody said in the chat, I think it was Universe X, good time to buy it raw. This is probably when you steal those on eBay raw, because not a lot of people are searching for them. Find those auctions. Now's the time to grab this book when no one else is really paying attention to it.
That's why I cooled down a little bit. Maybe that's why it's called a cold key.
That's why Jay picked it. Killed it.
That's why I picked it.
Just
That's why I
saying.
picked it.
Why don't we go to the next one, Jay?
You know, I talk about this character all the time, guys, and there's so many books to grab on him. And if you grab them all, you're going to be very happy in the end. Go ahead.
Yep. This is Warlock #1 from 1972. I mean, the book speaks for itself, but let Jay tell you a little bit about it.
Guys, again, Roy Thomas, we got that awesome Gil Kane cover, the origin of Adam Warlock, and it's the first time that jewel that we see in Marvel Premiere #1 is referred to as the Soul Stone. Why do I like this book? I like this book because most of the Warlock books have gone up. He has a ton of first appearances, right? Considering you got the Thor 165, you got the Cocoon, the Fantastic Four #67, you got Marvel Premiere #1, right? His second appearance went up, but I think people are sleeping on his first series, Warlock #1 from 1972. Matt, if you could bring this up in a 9.0.
I sure can, Butch. Hey, we're back. And there's some cold keys.
There you go. So, guys, like I said, Thor 165, all these books are up right now, but people are sleeping on his first series. You see it spiked, and you see it's on its way back down, guys. So, and then CGC 9.0. In 2021, we had an average of $339, which I still think is a good price for this book. The 12-month average dropped down $8 to $331. The 90-day average dropped down to $275, and the last sold $275, guys. In my opinion, a steal on this book. Once another character, we know he's rumored, we know he's coming. He's gonna pop up. He's gonna be a huge part. You know my theory, him taking over the lead of the new Guardians of the Galaxy team. James Gunn said it. He's gonna bring the team in a different direction. I think it's gonna be this direction. We talked about the first appearance of the new Guardians of the Galaxy, another dope book that has spiked. But this is a book to grab if you're a Warlock fan. Well, everybody's grabbing all these major keys for him. You got to go out and grab this awesome Gil Kane, Roy Thomas storyline.
I mean, even a 9.2 sold this month for less than a 9.0 sold last month. So definitely a book that's still on the decline. People are kind of like, Warlock, whatever at this point. But either way, awesome to have in the collection. This is a really good pick, Jay.
Yeah, and I don't have this book. This is the only book. Like, dude, I have the 167. I have the 165. I have the Marvel Premiere #1. I have all my boxes are checked except for this one book. So I'm going to be on the lookout for this book, too. And you could snake this book raw as well. Just tough to get in a high grade because you got that black cover, but 666 storyline and awesome cover.
So, like I told you, you were going to think that Jay was crazy with his two picks, picking a Black Knight and a Warlock book. But guess what? Both of them are on serious declines. I love it.
Yo, listen.
I think I might go upstairs, Jay, and go take out that book because I think I have it upstairs.
And you know what? I was looking at a ton of books, man, and I was surprised myself. But it was hiding, and sometimes the best place to hide is in plain sight. And characters we know are already established and on their way, man. So don't say I didn't tell you so.
This is true. So, guys, you want to have a Matty spec?
Let's go.
A Matty spec.
This is extra. This is extra right here. This is not even like a cold key. This is
ain't even a cold
Matty
key.
specs time. So get your pens and papers.
You definitely get your pens and papers. You may want to have eBay open. I'm not not even gonna lie, because when I found this the other day, I kind of ran it by Jay quickly, and he was just kind of like, "What?" So we've kind of missed this. Like, we kind of all missed this, and I'm sure somebody spoke about it. I don't want to say that I'm the first person to ever speak about it, but not something you're seeing going around the masses. So, all right. I'm going to tell you, how about before I show the book, I tell you what it is? Maybe I'll do that. Should I go with that? The character first, and then I'll show the book?
Sure.
Hold on, before you start, Matt, I got to
go
point
ahead.
out one, the Green Lantern show. So Flex, go back in our archives about a year ago. You'll see the Jessica Cruz. What else did we throw in there, Matt? We threw a ton of Green Lantern spec in there. Dude, that you should have bought once we even heard rumors of the show, but it's in there, brother. We don't leave DC out.
Yeah, we do not. We do not. All right, so the character this is a Silver Age book, so not a super cheap book, but definitely an obtainable mid-grader for less than $50 for sure. So the character's name, I don't know how to really say it, is Demonicus. Okay? Demonicus was a sorcerer from New York. Okay? And he, early on, he captured Doctor Strange using the Crimson Band of the Sidorak. Okay? There's a lot of theories going around the internet. We saw the first Doctor Strange trailer where he's like this, that those are the bands of Sidorak. Okay? Which is the same. Sidorak gave Juggernaut his powers. Big part of Marvel lore. A lot of origin stuff. So when we saw that in the trailer, in that purple dimension with the red character, they're saying, is that the bands of Sidorak? So that was the first thing that kind of caught my eye. Okay. After doing this, he becomes the apprentice to Baron Mordo. We know Baron Mordo, bad guy right now, okay? I shouldn't say bad guy. He's just not on the side of Stephen Strange, okay? Lastly, towards the end of Demonicus, he was banished to the purple dimension alongside Caecilius. All right, so there's a lot of facts there that are going in a really direction that it seems like we are going inside the MCU. So I'll show you the book real quick now. I should have had it ready. There it is. Strange Tales, number 128. Fantastic book. Strange Tales from Marvel in 1965. How would you not want to have this in your collection either way? But now that I just kind of shed some light on the first appearance in this book, it feels like a safe book to bet on. That, hey, if that character shows up, you're covered, and if he doesn't, he or she does not. Just a fantastic Strange Tale book from 1965 to have in your collection. I mean, I don't know. To me, this made a lot of sense. Boys, am I off base here? What is the chat saying at this point?
Mind blowing, dude. Yeah,
This is such a sick cover.
You know what gets me, Matt? Like when we bounce ideas off each other and Guy. You know what I think now? Like everybody's expecting the X-Men and stuff like this. What happens if we see Juggernaut at the end scene find these bands, and that's how it starts?
Love it.
How crazy it would be, so far off and out of everybody's radar, but it's something we could definitely see, dude. And bro, look at this cover again. Awesome cover, awesome pick. Matty Forge doing his homework.
Would you be mad? Would you be mad if he did that and he turned around and went, "I'm the Juggernaut, bitch"?
I'd be mad.
Fucking Vinnie Jones. Oh man.
I thought this was a cool book. Hey man, I love it when I've said it like 4 times tonight, but I love it when you buy a spec book that you're like, hey, if this never hits, I'm glad I got it anyway. So there you go. Defects, you're welcome. Maybe if you like it, go out and buy it. If you don't, screw it. Let's just watch and see what happens. I'll be happy to say I'm wrong, but I'm not saying that it's definitely going to happen. It just makes a lot of sense to me as a ancillary character. No way this ain't going to be the next, $1,000 book. Don't bank on that, please. All right. We're winding down. New comic book day shows coming up. Quick word. The next time you're going to see the Defects in person, 3 Men in the Base comic swap, Saturday, May 14th at the Angry Hare in Newington, Connecticut. This is going to be a lot of fun. Another community show. All three of us? Jay, you're going, right?
I'll be there with my cooler.
Guy, I don't know if you're going to be able to make it. We'd love to have you there, too. Defects in full effect. See, maybe. Okay, I'll take it.
Teeter-tottering right now.
If you want more info on the 3MIB comic swap, you know where to go. IG, 3 Men in the Basement. YouTube, 3 Men in the Basement. Check them out. All right. Let's do some cold keys, boys.
No,
we did cold keys.
We did. Yeah, I mean, New Comic Book Day is actually.
Yeah.
Hold on. I got some warm pants.
Someone just asked who ripped ass.
Wow.
I didn't know that. Jesus Christ.
I had broccoli rabe for dinner.
Jorge is fingering eBay as we speak for Demonicus.
I think everybody is right now.
I might be drunk on, I don't know. Anyway, it's New Comic Book Day. We're ready for this? You guys ready?
Yeah, let's roll it.
Let's do New Comic Book Day. We'll do this one. This not too much this week, but some cool ones. So, guys, time for that New Comic Book Day show. We're gonna drop our top 10-ish picks of the week for March. I almost forgot the date. March 30th, 2022. And guys, also, you're going to know after this video is over, you're going to have a link in the description to Chris Nelms' New Comic Book Day pull list over on the comicbookinvest.com website. He's going to have you covered for all the variant ratio variants. And, of course, his picks of the week. So you get ours, you get his, then you get to decide what do you want. So, without further ado, let's get into some books. You know who we're starting with, baby.
Is it me?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, every week begins with J.
From Tom Taylor, we got Dark Ages #6. This is straight up cover pick for me. The 1 in 25 Stephanie Hans variant. Ghost Rider. It's like a mix of Ghost Rider and Cosmic Ghost Rider, but I think if I'm looking at it, looking at the spikes and the shoulder pads, it's Cosmic Ghost Rider. She knocked it out of the park. This cover is fantastic. Had to pick it as one of my... Listen, Defects, I got last pick this week. These guys are on to me now. Usually I'm the first one with the picks in the chat. This week I was the last. So this is what you get. The 1 in 25 Dark Ages Stephanie Hans.
Awesome cover. Fantastic. Here we go.
Well,
Guy you know Jay was picking this one if you didn't get to it first.
I got it first, so you know what? I was all over this week. So you know what, Jay, you're welcome, Jay. I got there anyway, either way. So Ghost Rider #2 from Marvel this week, guys. You got cover A, which is some crazy shit going on over there. You got that 1 in 25 Acuna, which is dope as hell on the bike. But then, you know what? Had to show some love to the Nakayama. Man, come on. You got that Nakayama.
Is that the color bleed variant? That's what it looks like to me.
See? Nakayama. And then you got the Virgin, which is just dope as hell, man. Let me tell you. Slowly moving up the ladder, David Nakayama. That's all I got to say.
Dude, and issue 1 was a good read, man. I was surprised. Marvel went a little dark. Johnny Blaze is all down and out on his luck, man. It was I enjoyed Ghost Rider #1. Can't wait to read this on Wednesday.
It's like a recreation of Cobra Kai, pretty much.
There you go.
All right, guys. No surprise here from Matt Forge, right? Come on. And guess what? You know what Jay did to me? He didn't even put the book name at the bottom of the slides.
Who doesn't know this is something that's killing the children?
Of course they know, but we have a presentation
go to the next one. It's there. Go to the next one.
I know it's on the next one. From Image, from Boom, Something is Killing the Children, #21. Guys, 6-month break. It is back. I don't know if you guys heard about this. There was an ash can for #21 that went out, one per store, very quietly, that showed this whole issue in black and white. People were digging it. There's going to be new. Then they gave some ideas of what's going to happen in this new arc. New characters, new recruits to the order, new monsters. I'm all over this. Get me back into it. I've been missing it. The last story arc was really short. It was like 5 issues or something like that, 4 issues. So I'm ready for this. Erica Slaughter, new recruit. She might have a teammate. We're going to see. I can't wait. That ash can goes for a lot of money right now. It goes for like over $100. Cover A, nice. 1 in 25, fantastic. 1 in 50, bananas. And then we got that 1 in 100 Delato. God bless. I love it.
That
And
Delato
then we
got
don't
looking like
Yeah.
looking like what's her name? The fuck's
Who
her
we got?
name? Lady Gaga.
A little bit Gaga-esque because he is Delato, right? And the last but not least, from Tinian himself, Tinian, the Tiny Onion Club, exclusive, limited to 250. You know those are going to be going absolutely apeshit on the secondary market. So you
That's
ain't
a
finding
crazy
those.
cover.
You had to be part of the Tiny Onion Club. Sign up, and you would have been able to buy this before everybody else. So easy pick for me this week, boys.
I knew a couple girls that were part of the Fat Onion Club.
New character alert for sure. Somebody said in the chat.
Fat Onion.
I knew a girl that's part of the Bunyan Club.
Wow.
I think we all know her.
Yeah, you got to rub a Funyun on your bunion, yo.
She smelled like she was rubbing fucking Funyuns on her bunions.
What
So
is
next-
this? What is this?
Here we go, guys. This is going to be my read of the week. Shadow War Alpha #1 from Josh Williamson. And you know it's got to be fire if my boy John Boy Myers is doing the cover art and the interiors. The death of Ra's al Ghul. Possible first appearance of the Demon Shadow. When Deathstroke... Oh, sorry, guys. My notes are all fucked up. When Deathstroke assassinates Ra's al Ghul, Talia demands revenge. In the meantime, Batman and Robin attempt to track down Deathstroke to bring him to justice. God, Deathstroke assassinating major characters in DC, guys. How could you pass this up? Look, another cover fire, guys. John Boy Myers absolutely kills it. I know one of X's favorite artists. My man is killing the game as well. So this is my read of the week for sure.
You said the death of Gots and Ghoul?
Gots and Ghoul.
Gots on Ghoul, yeah. I think the biggest thing to come out of this was that Jay was using notes. I
had a note for this.
Yeah.
I had a note for
It was
this.
big time. It was
Yeah,
big time right
a
there.
lot of info today, man. I had my notes with
Listen.
DNA. I had all types of notes.
Guys,
Forge.
this week from me, you got this wraparound cover from Immortal X-Men #1. I think this is pretty dope cover. I'm straight cover this week, and I think this is pretty dope. You got like it looks almost like the Last Supper going on over here. Some crazy people. Obviously, all these characters on the cover. You know, wrap around, but you know, again, I had to do it. I had to show the love to David Nakayama because this storm is, dude. You know what? It speaks for itself, bro. Brown nose my ass, whatever. It's Immortal X-Men #1, the Nakayama variant. So you know what? He killed this shit.
Dare I say a color bleed variant?
Yeah, oh, there you go.
Just saying. It's gonna
Absolutely
catch on.
killed it. Absolutely killed it.
Awesome. No, more great covers. I love it. Shocking guy picking cover art.
This is what it
Guest
is.
cover art.
Yes, yeah. Really getting it in there, guy. Really got it in there. All right, I should say I talked about this series a few weeks back. Newburn from Image. I'm not going to say much about it. Awesome series. I can't wait to read #5. If you haven't caught on to this, ex-cop, fixer for the mob right now. He works for all the different mob families. No affiliation. He's kind of like a Ray Donovan-esque type of feel, if you know that show. Just been a fantastic read. The art's great on the inside. You know that word bubble placement. I'm all about it. All I could say is a title I highly recommend that's going under the radar right now. Let me put it this way. If this was a show out there, I'd be reading it. Obviously, it's a book I'm reading. If it was a show, I'd be watching it, I should say. So if you're looking for something new, check out Newburn because it's fantastic. And I forgot to mention the best part about it. Chip Zdarsky is writing this thing. So
Oof,
you
there
know.
you go. Now you
fire.
got my
There you go.
attention.
Yeah, I
There you
should have
go.
led with that.
Yeah.
Guy, I think we got some honorable mentions this week.
We always have these honorable mentions. They sneak in there sometimes. You know
Yeah.
what? You got the Amazing Spider-Man number 93 from Marvel Comics. This is the final issue leading into the new ASM series, which I know Jay's going to be happy about. So
100%, dude. I've been dying for a new Spider-Man series. Hopefully Marvel gets it right, dude.
You know those last issues. We always say, grab them just in case something big happens.
you never
People
know.
are going to grab this because they're so happy it's fucking ending.
It's a cool cover though, and there's a black and white. Actually, we should have shown. That's really nice too.
So party time. Excellent. You got the excellent number 1 from Marvel, guys. New team members, maybe. So you know what? If you're reading this, hey, we're honorable mention.
Yep. Who is this? Yeah, on the ASM, there's an homage cover. That's the one people are going to be grabbing for sure on the cover art reasons. That's really awesome. I like that one. All right, this is interesting, Guy. We talked about this right before the show.
Yeah, this we're more excited about, and this one will tweak your nips a little bit, Jay. Batman Beyond the White Knight, number 1 from DC. You got a lot of stuff going on in there. You got Batman Beyond in the middle of that too, right? So Sean Gordon Murphy put an IG story out saying that the cover A had printing problems, and they will be very short on the pulls on the East Coast, especially. So if you see it, you might want to pick it up, guys. He said, grab cover A if you see it because it'll probably resale for a good amount. So
Yeah, he actually
if he's
said
saying
himself,
that, that's a little crazy. So
Guy, I heard if you had a comic book, the solicitation would be short pulls.
that was good. I like that.
wow, on his feet.
Oh,
Just when you thought Butcher was off tonight.
yeah. Someone woke him up. Sensational Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is always sensational, in my opinion. This is a special number 1 from DC. First appearance of Thren of Doom. A team, a person, who knows what it is, but you know what? I don't care what it is because she's looking badass on that cover. She's special,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
She definitely looks good on that cover.
We should have shown the Nakayama variant, the Wonder Woman Nakayama he did. It was absolutely bonkers.
Listen, we wanted to show first appearances. A couple
I got it.
appearances, a couple print run issues. You could have, a shortage, so low demand. I should say low supply, high demand. That's what we try to do here on the Defects for you guys, okay? I'm tapped. How much more can we give you? We're giving you we're giving you blood every week.
Hold
2-hour
on.
shows, hour and a half.
We are getting Moon Knight in 2 days.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
we didn't
Ooh.
even talk about that.
No.
We are getting Moon Knight in 2 days.
Predictions, quick. Jay,
Prediction.
where do you think it's going to be? How good? Like, is it going to be on a scale of what we've seen so far? Where is it going to land?
I'm scared, dude. I heard it takes a couple of episodes to get the ball rolling. I'm sure everybody in the community has heard that. We're honest here, man. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion next Monday night. We'll see. I'm excited though. Listen, I'm more excited for this show than any other MCU show that's been on Disney Plus. So let's see, man. Let's go.
Guy, prediction.
I'm excited regardless. I think it's going to be dope. I think it's going to bring us into a totally different genre that we're not used to. So, the floor is theirs. Let's see what they're going to bring, guys. I mean,
Okay.
we got a
okay,
199
yeah.
super chat from Kid Collector. I don't know if he should be asleep too. Can't freaking wait for
It's a
Moon
rest
Knight.
day. He's on a rest day. That's
He's
why.
on a rest day. Got it. Thanks, brother. Michael the Beast Benson coming in too with a $4.99 super chat. Great show, fellas. Can't wait to see 3 of my beast swat. You know what? You might have to play something on the way out for these kids, Matt.
I say
Yeah, I
we play
will.
it now, man. I mean, why not?
Yeah. I
Well,
thought we
let
were
me
leaving.
give. Can I get my take in on Moon Knight? Does nobody?
Yeah, we know
you don't
you're
care?
excited about it.
You don't give a shit about me? No, I'm kind of somewhere in between these guys. I think overall the series is going to be fantastic. Talked to 2 people that have seen the first 4 episodes. They both kind of gave the same take. They love the show. Love the first 4 episodes, but like Jay said, I have a feeling if they give us, I think they're only giving us 1 episode. People might be like, but I think if you're expecting a bang, you may be disappointed. If you're looking for that development, you may see, okay, this is headed in the right direction. I'm still high on it. I think it's going to fall in. It'll probably be my favorite Disney Plus show. We'll see. But yeah, I'm fucking stoked for it. I'm watching it Thursday morning, so I'm going to work late. Just worked out that way. So thank you, work, for making me work late on Thursday. So now I get to watch it Thursday morning. So
good for you. Good for you.
Before I play Super Chats, you guys got anything before we get out of here? Okay, Nakayama's Wonder Woman cover. Thank you, Guy.
You're welcome.
Good addition to the show.
Yeah.
What do you got before we get out of here?
Nothing, man. I'm gonna relax. Try not to watch Will Smith smack Chris Rock for like the 90th time. I hope that's done with now.
That was rough.
Jay thinks it's fake.
It ain't fake. That ain't fake, bro.
That shit is
Jay,
fake, dude.
Jay thinks it's fake. The guys from Barstool
Guys,
think it's fake too.
I mean,
Yeah, well, Barstool. Stick
this
to
guy,
sports.
this dude's girl is out there banging everything, and he gets mad at one joke. I mean, come on. Like, get at it.
Maybe Chris Rock banged her.
I saw a meme today that says Jada Pinkett's boyfriend thanks Jada Pinkett's husband for defending her.
Yeah, dude. I mean, come on, dude. You should be fighting anybody. It shouldn't. Not that guy, dude. I think Will Smith needed a little respect, and Chris Rock took one for the team. Was like, you know what? Just have at it. Just come up and smack me.
All right. Okay, I see you.
Anyway.
I see you. Guys, the podcast. We still got the podcast on Audible. It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes. It's on the Google one. It's on all of them. Check it out.
iTunes,
So
WorldTunes.
we're doing sometimes not the whole show, just pieces of the show. So definitely check it out for your listening. You know, if you're watching us and you haven't heard the whole thing, go and listen to it on your way to work tomorrow. Guys, we're still doing the giveaway. Obviously, it's going to take us a little longer to get there now for 7,500 subscribers, but I think we're like at 7,000. I think did we hit 7,000? No,
We're
I
at
didn't mean
65.
7,000. 65 is what I meant. We're at 6,500, right? So we're 1,000 away. We're going to get there, but don't worry. Comment, and you're going to be entered in to win on the giveaway. So the more you comment on any video, the more chances you got. Live shows every Monday still. We're going to keep doing that, rolling the segments in. New Comic Book Day, Cold Keys, Defects, Discuss. I don't know what we're doing next week, but I'm going to just say this live. Jay's picking the segments next week, and he's going to tell me and Guy what we're doing. Spoiler alert. So that could be interesting. That's all we got, boys and girls. This was a blast as always. 150, 160, 180 pretty much the whole time. Little technical difficulties with Nakayama, but we got through it, and we appreciate you guys hanging in there. Play a super chat and we'll get out of here, boys. What do you think?
Yeah, write some mean comments, guys. Maybe we'll say those next week. Let's see how many mean comments you can put down there. Something about us, and maybe we'll have a mean comment read next week. We'll make Jay laugh.
We could do that. All right, boys and girls. Defects out on a Monday night. Love you.
All right, Defects. It's time to turn it up a little. I think you guys have been playing it nice lately. We need to get a little raunchy. What do you think? Can Batgirl handle that? I just wanted to let you guys know you are hot shit. Keep doing what you're doing, because I love it. And Defects fans, you're hot shit as well. Maybe even a little hotter. Keep supporting. And keep doing what you do. Because this girl loves it. You guys are awesome. Love you all. Big kisses from me to you.
I just want to make note that not
Raunchy.
one person left. Not one person left since I started that video. That's why we love you, Defects. We will see you next Monday night.